So we're going to do a pack called Aerial Shots by Yeezza, and this is going to teach you proper shooting technique on all shots. So your timing on your aerial shots is actually quite good. You're doing the hardest part of shooting correctly, which is the time on this dodge. Flipping exactly when we contact the ball, so that way we're adding not just our car's speed, but we're adding the rotation from the flip to the ball speed. And that is exactly what you were doing in that example earlier. So you're hitting the ball pretty well. I want you to pull up this pack with me, and I'm gonna walk you through the technique on how to do all these shots, okay? We're gonna start on my screen share, and then I'm gonna coach you through the shots. So we're gonna go through like the first 5 shots, and I'm gonna teach you some basic principles about shooting that most YouTube tutorials don't talk about, or that most people don't talk about. So the first thing that you need to understand on in all shooting in Rocket League is the takeoff and the dodge sequence. So a lot of players don't learn how to press buttons together at the right time, and so they build bad muscle memory. I noticed when you were shooting, you have a habit that a lot of lower rank players do, which is when they approach a shot, they'll boost leading up to the shot, and when they go for the shot, they'll let go of the boost. So it looks something like this: boost, let go of the boost, shoot. And I'm going to show you what this looks like on 50% speed, so that way you see how this kind of works. So the difference in sequence looks like this. So the way that you were shooting earlier and that most low rank players shoot is like this. They boost. When they're ready to shoot, they let go of boost, and then it's only flips. And you see this gets a strong shot, but we'll look at the KPH on it. On the shot, we're able to get 99 KPH, no boost, just driving. But if we're shooting properly, what we want to be doing is we want to be boosting throughout the shot. So you see the difference there? The boost, we never let go. Now you just switched yours to L2, you said, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the difference is I can get 111 kph on this shot. So that extra speed came from holding down the boost, not just when I was leading up to it, but the whole way through the shot. Show you one more. The whole way through the shot. And it's different because you're going to realize you're not going to have to tilt back as much because the boost will do some of the work for you. But this is the sort of pattern we're going to practice. So if you want, we can put you on 50% speed. The way you do that is you just escape, hit settings, hit game speed training, and drag this bar down. And then when you're ready, start a screen share on Discord, and we'll get this all set up, and I'll coach you on your technique a little bit, and we'll progress through these shots. But the goal here is we're trying to clear this first shot over 100, and you're not going to be able to do that if you're not holding down boost the whole way. That makes sense?
Yeah.
So you're going to scroll down to settings. You're going to go to that first tab, brilliant, and drag that slider all the way to the left. This is going to slow us down, so that way we can focus on our boost timing. And what I want you to be focusing on here is tape your boost finger down. In fact, it might be a fun exercise. Do the shot without thinking. Just do it how you normally do it. Approach the ball how you normally approach. Don't think.
Oh yeah, God, so slow feels so weird.
It is weird. You can hit reset to do the shot again. There you go. Do the shot how you would normally do it. Don't even think about boosting. Nice. So that is how I saw you do it in game, which is solid. I would say you have B+ shooting technique if you shoot that way. You're hitting the ball, you're hitting it hard. The issue is we're not holding down boost. So you'll see if you do this naturally, what happens is like you do like a burst of boost, you pause, a burst of boost, you pause, and then you flip. But we want to get it 100% of the way. So this time, hold down boost the entire run up. Nice. Let's go again. I want you to do this 3 to 5 times, and we're front flipping. We'll do 3 sets of 5. It's useful on this shot. Collect that small pad to your right when you start. Collect that pad, and now go for the shot. There you go. This is useful because it gives us a better angle. Without using air roll, this is a better way to approach the shot. Nice. So you're doing a good job of this, but I can tell you're not used to probably the speed, but also boosting because you're undershooting the ball. And that's because you're probably typically not playing at full speed, but we're shooting at full speed for the first time, which is great. You want to practice shooting at full speed because this is how you'll cover ground in ranked, if that makes sense. We can take a break and then do 5 more, and then do a break and then do 5 more.
Okay. So
grab the pad, full boost. There we go. So you're jumping quite early, which is good. Make sure that on this drill, you're holding jump for the max jump timer, which is normally 200 milliseconds. But in this example, since we're on 50% game speed, you got to hold that jump timer for 400 milliseconds in the real world. Nice. One more. This is correct. Your shooting is much more powerful. Let's take a break. How do you feel after another 15 seconds?
It's just, I don't know. The speed is slow, so I feel like it's throwing me off. But boosting all the way through, I think I was doing that before, and I think the reason why I stopped is that I felt like, I guess mid flip where the boost comes out is in the front, slows me down. Maybe in my head I was like, hey, this is maybe slowing me down. But I get it when obviously you're hitting with the front of your car, so you're boosting all the way through, so it makes sense.
Let's do one more set of 5, and then we'll put you back on full game speed. I really like to do this exercise because this is going to make your brain hold down boost. This is going to trick your brain into holding it down the whole way because your finger is going to be so used to holding this button down on your shots. Nice. That was the best one. All right, let's flip it back to normal game speed. We're going to take a break for 10 seconds, reset, think about what this means for the muscle memory, and then full game speed. We're going to do 2 sets at full game speed.
Now this ball's going to go flying.
Yep. But remember, technique stays the same. We grab that pad to the right. We're holding down boost the whole way. Nice. You're hitting the ball hard. Nice. You're hitting the ball so much harder. Good. One more. All right. Perfect. We're going to switch back to my screen share. And I'm going to teach you the second concept, which is really important to shooting well. What we just focused on is proper shooting technique, specifically boost control. Getting you shooting with boost through the whole time. So that way when you contact the ball, we're not losing 5, 10 kph at the end. So this is really important for shooting power, that you're comfortable boosting through the entire takeoff through all the flips. And you're right. Boosting only sends us back if we're here. But it's not going to send you back when you hit the ball here. So that's the first concept. So we just talked about shooting takeoff and the timing on that being correct. Now, the next thing we're going to talk about is the part of the ball you strike. Most people think that shooting is just like, a feel thing and you just do it a bunch and then eventually it clicks. You learn how to do all the shots. But the reality is there's a pattern that you can observe with how the ball's moving, and that's going to transfer to more consistent shots. I'm going to show you what I mean. So on this shot, when the ball bounces off the wall, you see the trail behind the ball. Right? That small line that we're tracking right here.
Yeah.
Where's this line going? Is this line going up or is this line going down?
It's going down.
Are you sure?
Well, it's going up and then it's going down.
It's going up and then it's going down. So when we connect with this ball, we're connecting with it while it's kind of at the apex, while it's just starting to turn down, but mostly flying up. So when a ball is already flying up like this, you have to make sure that you get on top of it. Because if you strike this ball anywhere under, you're going to sky it. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
It already has a lot of lift. So for a shot like this, we want to make sure that we're getting on top of it and striking the ball down to get the most power. That's one example.
Okay.
Take a look at this shot. This ball is falling down. Watch. But after we reach it, where is it bouncing?
Up.
It's bouncing up, right? So if we get under this ball, once it's going up, we're going to sky it very easily. So you have to make sure that when a ball's on the up bounce, that you don't get too far under it, because it's very easy to sky these shots. When we're working on shooting consistency, really what we're doing is we're paying attention to which way is the ball falling. Is it going up or is it going down? And obviously there's some left-right action going on here that I'm not getting into, but the first thing to understand is this up-down. So when the ball's on the up bounce, very easy to hit it high. Let's go to a shot where the ball's falling down. So this ball is falling down, as you can see, right? When we're striking this ball, it's about to reach the ground, which means if we get anywhere behind it, it's going to drop. This shot is naturally going to go low. So we can afford to be very far under it and still not like sky the shot, right? And still not crossbar it. Right now, I'm quite far under the ball, and yet somehow it didn't go above the net. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
So we're looking at number one, is the ball rising or falling? And then number two, when are we connecting with it? Are we connecting with it while it's bouncing up? Are we connecting with it while it's falling down? Because if we wait till this ball is bouncing up, Now it's very easy to hit to the moon. And you see that like on a shot like this very well. This ball's bouncing up. Very easy to just hit it to the moon. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So these are some of the things we're looking at on these shots. But if we go back to the initial shot, we see this ball is falling. So we can get quite far under it by the time, well, if we connect with it here, it's falling. If we connect with it way out front here, it's still rising. And so where you reach the ball is very important in how your shot goes. For you, I would focus on letting all of these balls bounce and get very confident with this shot here, which is right on the up bounce. This is going to allow you to focus on just your boost timing, waiting for all these shots. Practice them all on the up bounce. You see I'm waiting till it bounces for each one?
Yeah.
This is what I think is one of the most important first drills to do, and then you can learn how to cut the ball off before the bounce, but it's much harder to do this shot. I want you to do a few of these shots just practicing this, and I'm going to give you a pass on working on boost management because we kind of just, these are two separate drills, right? The boost drill and then the timing drill are separate ones, and so you want to get good at boosting through the shots, and then we get good at timing our touches.
Gotcha.
But yeah, so we went over boost, and what did we learn about boosting? You want to boost when?
All the way through?
All the way through, correct.
Yeah.
And when we're timing our shots to give the ball the max height, when do we strike it?
When it's coming up.
Exactly, when it's coming up. That doesn't mean you have to strike it at that point, but for starters, that's a very good exercise because if you're always taking your shot after the ball bounces here, you can get really consistent at it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And hopefully, you know, this will help you understand some of the more advanced shots. Last thing that we're focusing on with shots, before we get into, you'll see me naturally do these small air roll adjustments to strike the ball a little stronger. We're not going to talk about air roll shots today. We can talk about that next time if we talk, or at the shooting class. The last thing that I want you to focus on is the direction that the ball is traveling, okay, affects how much power you can apply to it. So for a ball that's moving left here, where are we going to get the most power if we shoot it? The answer is in the direction it's already going. So if a ball's moving to the left, you're going to be able to shoot this ball harder at the left side of the net than you are the right side of the net. And the best example of this is a shot like this, where the ball's kind of moving to the right here. If we continue to hit the ball to the right, we're going to be able to hit it very hard, very powerfully. Whereas if we try to send this ball exactly where it came from, we're going to get a much weaker touch. So when possible, we want to take the ball in the direction it's already going. So if there's some lateral movement, the ball's moving to the left, we want to be trying to shoot it to the left. We want to get around to the right and shoot it to the left in the direction it's already going. This is going to give us the most power. Does that make sense?
Right, yeah.
It's the same with this shot. If we try to hit this back this way, we're going to get a much weaker touch than if we take it where it's already going, which is to the left. See how much faster those two touches are?
Yeah.
For this example, if the ball's coming to the right, we hook around in which direction? Do we try to strike it like this? Or like this?
Yeah, you go from the left and hit it to the right.
Exactly. You're going to be able to generate way more power. So we talked about the boost timing, boosting through the shot. We talked about the point at which you strike the ball, how that affects the height. And then we talked about the initial direction of the shot, right? And those are kind of the three things you need in order to complete all the shots in this pack. They all are various jump timings. And some of these later shots encourage air roll, but we're not going to go into complete air roll control today because I think that it would break down the technique that you're learning right now. So first we learn how to do it without air roll, which is just by approaching the shot from the right angle, like we discussed. Air roll is a tool to fix your approach angle. If you don't have a good approach angle, like example here, you can air roll and that fixes the approach angle. But if you can, you fix that approach angle manually, and then you're going to shoot like this.
Because sometimes, like, that whole air roll adjustment that you were talking about, how you tilt a little bit and then hit it.
Yeah.
I definitely feel like that's something I would need to learn 100% because I find myself in those situations where I'm like, me and the ball are going the same direction, and it's just weird to like flip into it. So like having that angle adjustment to hit it, I feel like my shots would definitely be more accurate too.
Yes, it is important for precision. No doubt about it.
Yeah, like stuff like that, like how you flew in the air like that, and then you kind of adjusted your car like
Right,
that.
like this. So that way you can hit it
Yeah.
with the front of your car. Very important. I gave you a couple shooting drills. Number 1 is boost control. Number 2 is up down. Number 3 is left right. Anything else you want to talk about with shooting? You want to talk about aerial shots? You want to talk about any of this other stuff?
So I kind of told you what my keybinds were already. Definitely when I'm in the air and I'm on ball cam, if the ball gets past me, I get all, because I think it's inverted or whatever, I get all twisted. My initial idea was if the ball passes me, just to keep control of my car if I'm in the air, was to go off a ball cam, but I don't know if that's a good idea.
So if you go like
not.
this, you get confused. So the ball's behind you
Yeah.
now. Yeah, so that's a good question. If you do overshoot the ball, so the answer in Rocket League is when we're dribbling, that's when we're allowed to take ball cam off. So dribbling can be dribbling like this, obviously. Dribbling can
Right.
also be dribbling up here.
So when I'm close to the ball, turn ball cam off.
When you're close to the ball, you can turn ball cam off. If we undershoot the ball, I wouldn't recommend you turn ball cam off, because then you're going like this, and now you're not watching the play, you're just watching your car in order to get back in, which I don't think is long-term a good strategy. It's important to build comfort, like even if we're under the ball here, to still be able to know where our nose is facing and recover. So if we do this and we miss it, you still want to be looking at the ball as you drive back the whole time.
Right.
If you didn't know, I run the #1 coaching service in Rocket League, which is pretty crazy to say even when I say it. So if you want to support the channel and also improve faster and get one-on-one advice on your gameplay, not just from me, but from my team of pros. Freaky has 17 of 20 spots filled, so he actually only has 3 coaching spots available. Shock has 18 of 20 spots filled, and Torment has 13 of 20. So if you want to support, go to the description, pull it up, click, book a call, talk with my team. I'd love to see if we could help you, and I'd love to see you on the inside of the community, whether you go our group community membership route or whether you get one-on-one coaching as well, like the players in this video. So check it out, and I'll see you inside.